This week we returned to the roots of international professional tennis. A 15K future in Split was the destination of our trip. Mate Dodig, Slava Belinsky and Sebastian Sorga were competing in the main draw. Denis Dragomirov played the qualification and the doubles. The weather this week was not as expected. After all, we were in Dalmatia, a part of Croatia known for its Mediterranean climate. However, it was cool, windy at times, and the rain also came to visit. But the unique location of the tennis club in Split remains unaffected by the weather. Situated on a hill right by the sea, this alone gives the club already a certain flair. The hotspot are the two cafes with a view over a small beach that can be reached by stairs. Challenger tournaments for men and women were also held here in the weeks leading up to this tournament. Accordingly, there's also a center court for larger events. A total of 5 outdoor courts and 3 indoor courts on clay were used for playing this week. The playing conditions were not easy. The court caused a lot of bad bounces. Accordingly, it was important to adjust the position on the court. Staying close to the baseline at all times was hardly possible. The balls didn't give you much after a few games, so you had to lead the ball really well to maintain the quality. Denis Dragomirov also felt the effects of this in the qualifications. He lost in the second round, and in such conditions he still lacks too much adaptability and a certain lightness of being in the point situations. This week was certainly also disappointing for Sebastian Sorga. For me, this defeat was not really surprising. Together with us as a team, Sebastian has decided to take on much more personal responsibility in order to benefit from this in the long term. And the word long term plays a major role in this development. This personal responsibility is now causing him to run in the wrong direction at times. But trial and error are an essential part of any development. It is of course a difficult test for Sebastian, but we are talking about top-class sport here and learning to perform well under pressure. That's why it's important to show character and get up again and again. There was also a surprising reunion with 2 of my former players. However, one of them is now the coach of the other player. Oliver Marach and Mate Pavic were shortly in Split before moving on to the tournament in Madrid. We talked about old times and agreed that most of the players are pretty special, to put it politely. Alex Peyer was also there as Neil Oberleitner's coach. Alex played for Austria during my time as Davis Cup captain and won some important matches. Slava Belinsky once again had a crazy time on the court. He won his first round, and the second round was against the experienced Bosnian Setkic. And this match was emotional. Slava is certainly not an easy guy on the court, and Setkic also knows how to help himself from an emotional point of view. So the tennis was certainly not top class, but it was definitely entertaining to watch. Slava won in 3 sets, and in some stages of the match there was more talking than playing. In the quarterfinals, Slava lost to the number 1 seed Verbensky. There are a few important things Slava should improve. I hope he is willing to work on them. Mate Dodig won his first round and also had a crazy match in the second round. His opponent, Shimuncha, also a Croatian, played very good, aggressive tennis, especially in the first set. Mate was very tense in this match and was hesitating with his shots. Mate won the second set, and the third set was very exciting. Mate got cramps at 4-5 in the third set, had to save a match point, and somehow made it to the tiebreak. Scimuncia was visibly insecure due to Mate's cramps and ultimately lost the tiebreak clearly 1-7. For Mate, it was literally a cramp victory. In the quarterfinals, Mate again played very aggressive tennis and was successful in 2 sets. I will report on how the tournament went for him, as Mate is still competing when the video is released. Thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you again in the next video.